sports field, the tech field, in terms of if you know the domain, there is marketing, there is always the professional domains like the CA and CS domains with the accounts domain. So I have worked on certain areas in terms of data science application. I've worked side by side with the relevant teams to understand what they exactly are looking in terms of data science and what exactly we can provide. So a simple about me. Then let's move with the first slide. Introduction to data science from machine learning to deep learning. So as I said, AI is a bigger picture and which contains all these machine learning, deep learning, and Gen AI as their subset. So to be very precise, subset is something is a smaller part of a bigger group. So in the earlier phase, when we don't have high computational support with us, we had data science, we had machine learning, and we had Python and R to do some basic stuff, but we were not so well aware of how to do certain tasks with the help of AI or deep learning in the past aspect. But as soon as we came across with high computation, we had the information, we had high speed internet, we came across the development of artificial neural networks, deep learning, Gen AI, and obviously the chat GPT you see in today's state. So to give you a brief aspect, many of the people around me ask, what's the difference between machine learning, deep learning, artificial intelligence, Gen AI? Everyone talks about it, but no one knows what is machine learning. So machine learning can be categorized as a simple application where you tell an algorithm that this is my data. I want you to work on it, have an understanding of it, and then I will ask you certain questions and I want you to answer it. Okay, that is what machine learning is. But then there came an aspect of deep learning. Deep learning is again a subset of ML. It's a part of ML, but it's highly proficient in doing some tasks which ML could not do. So what all tasks ML could not do? So ML does a simple machine learning work. Okay, so for simple machine learning, I might say there are some tasks like categorized a particular animal between cat or dog. Okay, this is a simple categorization based on images, based on the physical feature of a dog or cat. ML could do the work, but deep learning came ahead of ML because we had some good computation in place. Deep learning came and it made us do the same task on a much faster pace. And second, deep learning is not dependent on the it's only dependent on what the in these two steps, the steps between these two is not considered. Okay, for machine learning, you can configure the mid step, the processing step. Machine learning is still active in our current days. People say we are shifting to deep learning, we are shifting to AI, but machine learning is still active because it can do some work which deep learning cannot do, because we cannot tweak processing step in that area and it can do efficient work. Then came the deep learning area where we can do a good amount of prediction, analytics, and other stuff. So just to give you an example, a best use case will be to, if you're seeing that nowadays there are high speed cameras installed which takes the image of a car and detects the license plate of the car and sends a challan to a user, is what is the best aspect of deep learning. Why? Because there are high motion cameras which are in place which can take a photo. The deep learning algorithm can detect the number plate in that photo. It can then convert it from an image to a text format. Then it can find the data from a database and it can easily create a challan. It's a very good use case which we have in our day-to-day task, and we see a lot happening. In COVID also, we saw that there was high amount of cameras installed where we were trying to detect if a person is wearing a mask or not. That was also a deep learning algorithm working behind the picture, and it was doing a fine job. Deep learning algorithms have a very high ratio. So deep learning is a more advanced, you may say, application of AI. Now, what a bigger picture is artificial intelligence. We are seeing Gen AI today, and Gen AI in terms GPT is also a subset of deep learning. So it's a deep learning algorithm which is running behind the picture. But just because we have AI as the bigger picture here, we call it as AI, Gen AI, or any kind of AI you see, whether it's image AI, video analytics AI. So different words, but then again, on a granular picture, there is machine learning and deep learning models working, creating that AI module. Okay, so this is a basic of data science, and in terms of business perspective, let's talk ahead. What is the interest of machine learning and deep learning in business perspective? Okay, so most of you can be of from different domains, different areas. Some may be working from banking, manufacturing, transport. Some might be students trying to understand which areas we might leap in. Okay, so data science has a lot of applications. Today data science is used by all the domain big MNCs around the world. Okay, so from my understanding, as I have seen in EY, there are all kinds of domain industries, whether it's FMCG, whether it's finance, whether it's supply chain management, logistic companies. They everyone wants data science to have. Why? Because data science is not a smaller picture. Data science can do various stuff. It can do analytics. Analytics is a bigger picture. Every one of us is seeing analytics in our day-to-day life. Then there is algorithms which can predict whether, for a transport company, what is the shortest path to a point A to B. This can be done easily using data science. So logistic companies are shifting their ways
Ashish,
to
sorry
data
to cut you
science.
in between.
Yeah,
So there is one doubt in between. He's asking that can you repeat the AI and deep learning part
yeah,
again? Yeah.
yeah, sure. Okay, so let's talk about AI and deep learning. Now, as I mentioned, deep learning is an algorithm more enhanced, which needs high computational energy to work, and it has different hidden layers, which is known as artificial neural networks, neural layers, which works for us to get us a output from some input. So one of the example I suggested was of the image detection, the detection of license plate. So that is one example. But when we talk about AI, AI is artificial intelligence. It is the equipment of human behavior. So if I say human behavior, if we have like everyone have might be using chat gpt, and chat gpt works well. So first, it's a language generation, large language generation model, so it's a deep learning model. Second, it's human capabilities. It has some human capabilities. It understands your message, then it rewrites your message in your language, in your context. So that human behavior makes it a AI. So any deep learning model which understands human behavior, human language is where it is considered as AI. So I believe this is clear now. Deep learning is a high computational algorithms which take some input and give some output. But AI is where we have this sorry. So AI has this capability of human behavior where it understands people's behavior and generates some response out of it. So this is a overall difference between AI and deep learning. But again, AI is the bigger picture, and inside AI there is machine learning, there is deep learning, and then there is Gen AI. Again, Gen AI is a deep learning model for language generation and language understanding. So there is a subset of machine learning and deep learning. It's known as NLP, natural language processing. Now I won't be going into the details of NLP, but just to make you understand, every chatbot you see in today's world, whether you use any platform out there, you have been using Zomato, Zepto, Blinkit, any chatbot you use out there, there might be a chance that there is not a human sitting behind for maximum of the times who is interacting with you. There will be pre-customized chats which will be giving you responses. So deep learning and machine learning enables us to work on that front as well. Then there is image and video aspect as well, where we can always work with Gen AI and deep learning. You might have also heard about DALI. DALI is a image generation application. It's a part of AI. Why it's considered a part of AI? Because it is a bigger picture where it understands human behavior, it understands your prompt, and it gives you some response. So a major difference between AI and deep learning is the human behavior part. I believe that's clear. Okay, moving ahead, we have machine learning and deep learning in terms of business aspect. So we'll be talking about finance, healthcare, pharma, government, manufacturing, because all these areas are crucial for the implementation of data science, and there are big companies working in every area on the data science background. So for finance, let's start with finance. We see stock analysis these days. We see asset pricing. We see other finance related work like setting off of interest rate, creating a insurance policy. All these things are now shifted to data science. There are algorithms and machines doing your work. Why? Because it is highly precise. Secondly, it's highly efficient to do the work. Third, it's time saving, so it makes our job more easy. Now for finance, there are trading algorithms which are dependent on machine learning and data science, which do a fantastic job. That is one area. Now talking about healthcare, we have insurance, we have image recognition. So image recognition, let's talk about image recognition. If I talk in the healthcare domain, there is something known as cancer detection. Okay. And these early cancer detections are done through MRIs. Now MRIs are just like image of the part where we are suspected to have a cancer. So cancer is a tumor, and in these MRI pictures, these can be trained to a machine learning and deep learning model, and it can detect that whether a person with certain MRI images is going to have a cancer, or is there a chance. It can also tell us in real time, telling us that whether there's a chance of having a person is having cancer or not. So it eliminates two steps. One is it eliminates any error that may occur in terms of a person who is analyzing these MRI reports. Second is it gives you an insight that if I am about to go to have a cancer, so that tumor can be detected early and can be treated early. Okay. Then again, we have pharmaceuticals. We have uh, medicines which can be created using data science. Because what is data science? Data science is prediction of a particular event before it happens, okay, from the past data. So past data help us to understand that what is going to happen. For example, if anyone of our attendees don't know that what exactly is machine learning, just to give you an example, suppose I have a house, I'm a house broker and I have a house, and I want to understand what should be my pricing of my house, okay. Then I have certain data of past where I have the house, I have, let's say, the size, it may be 2 bhk, 3 bhk, 4 bhk, 5 bhk. I might have some other data as well. How many toilets I have, what's the flooring I have, what's the location I have. And based on that, I have some pricing in place. Okay. Now, what this will do is I will be getting certain information from the past data. My machine learning model will learn from that data, and then it can predict, okay, now I will ask my model, I have a 4 BHK house, what should be the optimum price so that I can sell it? It will say, let's sell it for 15 lakhs. So that is something I can be more reliant on. Why? Because I might put some value of that property as a human, which can be low or too high at the moment, and which can maybe make me suffer loss in both the cases. So, this is a basic understanding of machine learning. Now, data science has different domain applications, which I have mentioned here. It's related to pharmaceuticals, then we have government, manufacturing, retail, oil and gas. So oil and gas, if you think the our for India, I am saying, oh, we have large oil and gas drilling companies. One of them is government, and which is ONGC. So what they do is they take fine pictures of the ground, and they analyze those pictures using data science, deep learning, and machine learning models to understand that is there a possibility of going to have oil at that region. Why? Because you cannot always drill and check if there is oil. That incurs lot of cost. So this is where cost saving happens. For transportation, as I said, logistic companies today are using machine learning and deep learning models to understand what is the shortest path. If a delivery person is assigned, what path should it travel so that it has the smallest amount of time, largest amount of delivery he can do, and maximum throughput can be achieved. Just to give you an example, in US, FedEx does not take a left turn because through the machine learning and deep learning models they have in place, it has come to their understanding that right turn is the best turn they can take. It can make them have more deliveries, and they incur too much cost because they might stop anywhere at the road, because they have understanding, because how they have set the system in place, that what is the optimum route and what is the optimum way they can deliver the products so that they have maximum throughput of their logistic and supply chain. Okay, so it's used everywhere in the world. You might be using a ride sharing company or ride hailing application, where you might be seeing the price between a location A to B. So that is something is a application of machine learning and deep learning. You might be seeing Netflix. The recommendation that comes for your web series is an application of data science. Then there is food delivery and Amazon and other areas where you see other recommendations that happens through data science machine learning. Our social media is customized in a way where we have data science in place to make sure we see the recommendations, we get the recommendations in place. So this is a brief of what goes in terms of the data science in different business areas, and we have applications in all areas. So lots of amples of opportunities. Okay, let's move ahead and dive into a finer and deeper detail of what data science means in the modern business and is it doing some welfare as well? So business is one aspect which we saw and which we learned that yeah, there is a lot of application. Then there comes welfare, and welfare is somewhere we have the cancer detection. So this particular first image I have placed tells me about the cancer detection, which can be done using data science. So there is a model named support vector machine, which can make the user understand, the end user or the end customer understand that there is a high probability of whether a person can be can have cancer or not. So this is a welfare based application which is highly effective in our current world, because then there are lots of people who are not capable of getting themselves a diagnosis from a big doctor, or let's say a big institute, and get them. So this makes the overall cost cheaper and makes the reach for detection a more closer. Okay, so this is the one welfare area which data science resides. Second is agriculture. Now agriculture is something we talk very much in, at least in the terms of India. We are a agriculture based country, and agriculture is somewhere where technology is focusing too much in today's world. So there are lots of application of machine learning and data science to understand what soil is best for what particular crop, what weather is best for a particular crop. So you see, there is weather, there is land data, there is geographical data, there is soil data, there is previous data of different crops which was planted there. Then there are some IoT devices which are placed. There are some other data which can be given to a model of data science, machine learning, or deep learning to get us the best insight. So it can tell us which month we should plant the crop, which month we should expect a rainfall, which crop we should place. Is there a subsequent crop which we can place, which can help me improve the nutrition of my soil? So these are a finer picture of data science which is enhancing the overall industry in terms of agriculture. And believe me, there are lots and lots of agricultural companies, startups in today's area who are using data science as their core business element to work with the farmers of our area. Okay, so there is a lot of application in the agricultural domain as well. And if you talk about the agricultural domain, there is something known as geospatial data. Now this is very less heard, but geospatial data is the data which most of your satellites capture. So these data also help us to understand which area is best for what crops, what weather. Every data can be gathered. So we are advancing in every area, and every area data is helpful for our overall build up of a machine learning and deep learning model. And it is going to solve you a particular problem in terms of your business, in terms of your welfare, if you have any, in terms of your job application, if you work somewhere, you can always have that understanding to implement. Okay, now in terms of customer experience analytics, as I said, there are lots and lots of companies like Zomato and Blinkit, Zepto, who are using chatbots to interact with their users, which gives us a very good insight. Now, you might not have been using an automated telecommunication device, but there is high possibility that we will have data science overtaking a physical user to have a good conversation with you. So that is one area where we are going to excel. Now, other areas where analytics and most say data science perceives is if you want to have a product, if you're creating a product, you want to understand how good the product will be. That can be done using data science. Then there is enhanced customer service, business and customer goal. So let's suppose I am a FMCG company. I have a distribution led business, and I want to place goal for every user, which are on different areas of my market. I cannot just place a goal like, okay, go sell 100 products of this particular area, and I will give you an incentive or something of that kind. Because a person in some area might be selling more than 100, and in some areas it might be selling less than 10. So this can easily be done using a data science algorithm. Now again, it can be benefited because we can have large amount of data in place. So maybe a person can have 10,000, a company like ITC can have 10,000 distributions, and it has to give goals to every users every month. Now this is a very good example of data science where automation and data science can play an important role. So the users can don't need to do anything, just to monitor the system, and it will automatically give you a goal. So that is one area. Okay, let's wrap this on the modern business and welfare. Let's move ahead understanding some case studies on what case studies we have in place for marketing. As you all know that this session was on data science for with respect to marketing. So I have some case studies and I have some real life examples which are in place in terms of marketing. One is personalization through customer data. So everyone in today's world have seen that there is Amazon, and there's Flipkart and other e-commerce giant which keeps on recommending stuff to our social media feed, to our other feeds. It monitors our data. It has the data. Like I was searching for a phone. Okay, it will show me a feed, show me a advertisement in my feed of different phones on sale at different e-commerce website. So just to make you understand, there's a case study of Coca-Cola of using data science to target a particular audience. So they do target marketing using different data of different users. They take customer feedback, social media data, and they analyze this overall working to understand how a particular customer is behaving, what exactly is he looking, and what is the group of customers we can target. So again, advertising is a very expensive area of business, and a company wants to have highest throughput in the lowest cost. And where this is where data science comes into picture. It helps to understand what user is looking, what is the age of the user, what is the, let's say, area of the user which the person is searching. So that is one area where marketing plays a good role in terms with the data science. Okay, next is predictive analytics. What is predictive analytics? So predictive analytics, and let us understand what is our behavior and what is the target area where I belong. Okay, now by target area I mean it may be age, it may be gender, it may be the area of domain I work. It may be the kind of person I may be. I may be a salaried person. I may be a self-employed person, a business owner. So it helps us divide in different chunks. When these chunks, we divide these people in different chunks. Okay, what happens is that when we divide people in different chunks, it helps user to understand, okay, the company understand, okay, I can deliver a personalized application or personalized product to a particular group. For this chunk I have this product, for this chunk I have this product. So you might not see a very low product recommendation in your feeds, because you are already divided into different chunks. Same goes with for large or maybe a higher earning person, he might be seeing a better recommendation in terms of what product he should choose. So we all are divided into different chunks, and we have been configured in that manner to understand what we are looking and what price range we are looking, what price ratio we are looking. These all are a parameter for your data science and machine learning model. So to give you a bigger, more granular details, everyone around us, there are data capture happening at every level. Maybe it's your email, it's your age. You go on different website, you enter your email, age, your gender, your other financial details. It all gets captured and is used for a bigger understanding, for a bigger analysis. So these are two applications of marketing. One is personalization, one is predictive analytics. Personalization, again, for a summary, personalization is it's a personalized recommendation of products for you, whereas predictive analytics is to analyze what area you belong and to showcase uh, particular product to you. So I have given an example of Netflix users predict analytic to suggest content to user. This is a very generic example which we see in our day-to-day days. Then we have case study where Starbucks utilizes data science to deliver personalized experience to all its users. It gives marketing messages to its customers based on the different coupons or different sale it has ongoing. So moving ahead, let's talk about the streamline, improving, and business operation. So just taking a hold, if you have any questions in the previous slides, I want you to put in the chat so that we can always discuss that. Okay. So let's start with streamline, improving business operation. Now let's talk more about how you can streamline your business, how you can improve your business, and how this is done in the industry and what we can learn from them. So supply chain optimization. Now supply chain optimization, as I said, we have deep learning, machine learning, and data science models like support vector machine, like logistic regression, like neural networks. These all are algorithms which help us understand how well I should settle my supply chain. By supply chain, I mean, let's suppose I have a big go down and I want to understand which product I should place in which area so that I should have the minimum throughput to pick that particular product and get it delivered. Okay, that is something is a application of supply chain optimization. So now optimizing this is a great example of data science, and this is done in your healthcare areas, your big mart areas like the FMCG grocery marts you see around the big mart, like D Mart and other areas. They put the recommendation themselves. So if you see a particular product like bread, you will see butter, jam, and other essentials which goes with bread like eggs, milk in the same area. So they have that marketing and optimization in their place so that they can have the maximum output. So if you see a particular big mart or a grocery chain, they have this is configured with our human tendency, human behavior. This is all configured. For a bigger supply chain management company, they place their products, on the way it has a demand. So a particular product having lot more demand is placed on the very starting, and less demand items are kept on the back, so they are easy to access, they are easy to get the product and get it delivered. So it decreases the time, increases the output of the persons working around. Second is resource management. Now this is a very important part in terms of energy. companies use data science to decrease their user base, to increase the energy. Why? Because let's suppose, just to give you an example, a very simple example, we have power distribution lines across, and they might be having lots and lots of loss of power, in terms of someone might be stealing it, there might be some broken wire, and there might be different areas where there might be loss of power, which is costing the energy companies. What they can do is they can monitor these particular things. They can do an analysis on which area we are having the most downtime, which area we are having the most uptime, which area is having faulty wires, and all the stuff a energy company on a smaller basis can face, can be managed using data science. Okay. Then there is other applications where we can optimize our resource. So we cannot allocate a very high value resource for a very low level job. So we can always optimize the resource. We can always streamline and process, like our process can be streamlined using the data science. Okay. So this is a brief of the business operations and its impact using data science. So it's solving lots and lots of problem out there. Okay. Next is future and current trends in data science. So if you are from a data science background, you might be seeing that people around us are talking lots and lots about Gen AI, especially Chat GPT and large level models. Okay. Now, AI, as I said, is a bigger subset with human behavior, which understands uh, our particular application, what we are looking in terms of from a data science and deep learning perspective. And Gen AI is the current and future trend. Why I'm saying is that there are lots and lots of application which I see in industry is of Gen AI, whether it's of getting content. So Gen AI has disrupted various area. One of them I am telling you. So there were content writers who used to think content and they were writing on their own. That area was filled by Gen AI, which was able to generate high amount of content, and which is very efficient and very like time efficient, I might say, in terms of content generation. Then there is high usage of PDF text extraction. Now, what do I mean by PDF text extraction? Let's suppose I am a law person and I used to deal with lots and lots of amount of documents in terms of PDF. Now, these PDF can always be given to Gen AI. It can read your PDF. It can give me a summary out of it. It can create a like it can give me a shortened version of what is mentioned in the particular PDF. Let's suppose the PDF is 800 pages long, and it might take me 2 or 3 days to read it. But now with the help of Gen AI, I can maybe Q&A on them, ask different questions, gather more insights. With the help of Gen AI, I am not only getting insights from the PDF, I'm also getting insight which is available in the free world with in terms of data. So since Gen AI is a deep learning model which is trained on lots and lots of data, it's also using its ability to give me some answer with respect to the PDF. So Gen AI is the future, and anyone who doesn't know, Gen AI is a technique which learn from a data set on different artifacts, different parameters. There is a large machine learning model which is used to train it, and then it is then created to interpret and generate human-like text output. So, on a simpler note, there's a model, there's some data, and there is used to train it and then give and interpret human behavior, human language. And ChatGPT as OpenAI service is highly capable in doing that. We all might be using in our real life these days. So this is the current aspect of data science as of now in the industry perspective, if I might say. Then there are other AI application like image analytics. There is video analytics. So for a two, there might be future cases that for a 2 hour long session, I want to understand what is the insight, what exactly we discussed in a 2 hour long meeting. It can give you an insight. You don't have to see the whole video. So that is how capable it is going to be. That is the current and future trend of GenAI, or I might say AI. Okay. Next, as we said, future trends, as I explained, we can generate info, we can generate research, generate insights, automation can be happened, we can generate innovation, we can have different decisions which the system can take on their own. You don't have to give him knowledge on your part. It can do things from its own knowledge, is what the future is going to be. And the world of robotics, where the robots were programmed to do some specific task, is gone. And we might be seeing robots which can do tasks on their own, it can interact on their own. And there is lots and lots of work going on in industry in terms of robotics, which in terms of our speech, which whatever voice I say, there's areas where AI has overtaken. It can generate voice just like me. It just need a small recording of my voice and it can generate any content in my voice. Then there is area where we have videos which can be created with just my image. So that is the deep fake. You might have heard, like there's a video on YouTube, you can always go and search for different famous celebrities which is not of their own, like it's AI generated. So that is the capability that we are seeing right now, and which is going to get more enhanced in the future aspect. So if you are able to cope with it in the present area, if you are able to work with it, if you are able to work in parallel with it, you're always going to lead in terms of if you are having a business use case or if you are having a domain or industry use case. You're always going to lead if you have a edge on data science and Gen AI. So that that is something is going to disrupt the market. In the terms of tech, Gen AI is the bigger aspect which data science has given us a lot of areas where we can discover. And for data science, now it's a very big umbrella where different smaller groups are getting divided. People are exploring themselves in different areas. Some are working on speech with, by speech I might say the text which is generated on day to day, like on Twitter, like on Facebook, YouTube, the text which is getting generated. Some are working on the image part, some are working on the uh, video part, some are working on the voice part, some are working on different areas. There are different areas where the future data science will look like, and it's definitely going to enhance every business out there. Okay, now as we are reaching to a end of our session, I want you all to understand what all data science career we have, and from the 10 data science career I have mentioned, what all these do, and what exactly you as an attendee you should pursue, or you should get yourself equipped with. If you have a business, you can always have these professionals on board to help you with your business operations. So what does data scientist do? Data scientist is a person who manages your data, who takes the data from your from your past and give you some insights on different machine learning models. Okay. Then there is machine learning engineers. Now, when you deep dive into a particular machine learning algorithm, you understand that by tweaking that machine learning model, there are different parameters. By tweaking that parameters, I can get a better insight and better output for my particular use case where machine learning engineer comes. It has in-depth knowledge of each algorithm that is having in machine learning, in deep learning, in overall data science. We have different models, and machine learning engineer understand how this model works and how I can make changes in that model to get a better understanding. Then there is data analyst. What does data analyst do is it helps you manage the data, do some analytics. So it will predict that whether the particular data is going to lead us to a particular response or not. So data analyst is something which used to give you some visualization. Visualization is nothing but graphical representation of your data. So that's the job of data analyst. Then we have data engineers. Data engineers are persons who gather lots of data, process them, because sorry, for today's world we have lots and lots of data coming from Facebook, social media, websites. We have lots of data generated every second. So data engineers used to monitor these data, make use of these data to send these data to different data scientists, machine learning, and data analysts among their organization so that they can process that data. So data engineer basically manages that data, makes them store efficiently and other stuff. Then we have AI specialization. So AI specialist, what does they do? They create AI application. They work with different AI applications to create different AI workflow to make our life easy with the current AI tools we have in place. Then we have business analyst. It also does some kind of reporting and analytics. Then there is research scientist, which research on different new models which I can create by combining two or more models, is what a research scientist does. Big data expert. For big data expert, there are lots and lots of data around there, and storage of data is a bigger concern, how we can efficiently store that data. So in that area, big data expert comes, they manages the data and makes them store efficiently. Then we have NLP engineers. So as I said, there are two types of data. One is text data, one is video, voice, and image data. NLP engineer works with these text data to create a specific AI and data science application which can be helpful with that particular data. So that is the exact task of NLP engineer. And to be very precise, NLP engineer create chatbots in their real life. So if you are talking with any chatbot, just from now you should understand that there is a data science NLP engineer who has created this chatbot. Then there is marketing analyst. They do some marketing work on their particular model. They create some marketing use case from machine learning models. They take their marketing data to create some insights. So that is the job of a marketing analyst. Now, moving ahead on the last leg of our session, we have some efficient online courses where you can learn machine learning, data science, and believe me, for myself, I have learned machine learning, deep learning from these courses, and there is nothing better than going through these areas. One of the good data scientists out there who teaches data science is Krish Nayak on YouTube. You can always check out his YouTube page. Then we have IBM Data Science Professional Certificate provided by IBM from Coursera, which helps you understand the basic A to Z of what data science is. Then there is the data science course of Udemy, which you can always do. So this is a efficient learning path, I might say. You can start with the first one and you can gradually move down to excel yourself in the data science field. Okay, thank you guys. That's all from my side. I hope you like the session. If you have any questions, please go ahead.
Yeah, so let's move on to Q&A round now. And okay, there is already one question in the chat box. Gen AI made with combination of computer vision and NLP library? If yes, then how can we combine it?
Okay, so there's a use case, I might say. uh, is Gen AI made with combination of computer vision and NLP library? First, it's already in place. Why? How I am going to say is, what is computer vision? Computer vision, I might know that you have some idea of image processing, which computer vision can do. What does computer vision means? It gives the computer an ability to understand the image. So when I put an image in chat GPT or any Gen AI application, it's able to give me some details about the particular image. What is it? It's a combination of Gen AI, computer vision, and NLP in place, which is giving you out. You have that particular application in your available in the real time. Okay. Second is, if I might say, the application of detection of uh, license plate. So what you are doing, you are taking that license plate, you are capturing the image, you are detecting the particular license plate, you are creating a box out of it, you are exact extracting the particular license plate number, then you're processing it through a database. All these is combination of AI, data science with computer vision and NLP libraries. So it's already in place, and obviously you can always dwell into it to understand what all areas you can think about it. It's the like it's your thought where you can apply. There are some use cases available right now.
Okay, the next, am I audible?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
right.
So the next question is how to find a market change in business.
Okay, so for market change, you can always study the previous data, watch what we have with us, and we can always understand how the market is changing with respect to the time. So there is something known as time series analysis, which we can do and understand, like, for to give you an understanding, uh, there was a phase where we have Vodafone leading the telecom industry. Then we had Airtel and Idea leading the industry. Now we have Geo leading the industry. So these all is some kind of data which you can use to predict how long the tenure of Geo can you estimate is going to be, or there is a fourth company that can come and disrupt both the market of Geo and Airtel. So that kind of analysis can always be done using the previous data. There's time series analysis which you can do to understand what exactly is going to happen in future. Companies use them in terms of, let's suppose if you are a FMCG company, they want to understand that how my product can be viable over a period of time. So as the time changes, there are new products in the market, there are new development that occurs. So I had, so just to give you an example, I had one biscuit company, Parleji, and now I have hundreds of biscuits and hundreds of brands making biscuits, but still Parleji is viable. That is the kind of data you can monitor, you can track, and you can make your marketing strategies accordingly. So you can always do that.
All right, so now we will be proceeding towards the feedback launch, and I will be launching a poll right now. And In the meantime, whatever will be the question left, people can drop it in the chat box and you can answer it simultaneously.
Sure.
Yeah, so I'm dropping the poll right now and I have launched it. It might be available in your screen. It will be showing right now. So yeah, it is a feedback poll. So how did you like Shiksha online webinars and what other topics you might want in the future? What are your suggestions and was this webinar helpful or not? So you guys can drop it, all your suggestions in this feedback poll right now. And there is one more question, Ashish, I would like you to attend in the meantime.
Yes,
So,
please.
what is the work of a data scientist in company and how can they predict the future of the company? I think we'll be closing the webinar, wrapping it up with this last question now. So, you can continue.
Okay. So, to my attendees, giving you a very my personal experience on how data science, what exactly data science scientists do in particular organizations. And if I talk about a particular organization like EY, which works with different business users around the world in different domains, we work with tech domain, we work with other domains, like we are working with automobile giants around the area. So how we are helping them and how we as a data scientist are helping them. So try to understand, a automobile company is full of mechanics and they don't know how to understand their own data. So they have data, they are storing it, but they don't know how to understand that data. And we as a data scientist, we come into the picture, we don't have that knowledge of their domain. So we don't have the knowledge of automobile, but then when we see the data, we do some analysis on that data, and then we understand better their data, and we make them understand, okay, this particular area is where you can improve. This particular car, let's suppose we are talking about automobile industry, this particular car is having high sales, this particular car is high on the like inventory side, and we can offer some kind of discount to make our inventory clear. So all these analysis, who does that? A data scientist does that. Simple question. So data science is more of a common sense questions we are not asking, and a data scientist is doing that job for a particular domain, industry, or people around the area. So we are solving some common questions which the users are not trying to understand. They might be bleeding different cache in different areas, which we as a data scientist can help. That what is the particular area we are bleeding, what is the leak we are getting, and how we can fix that. So that is one area we can always work. Okay, we have other questions as well. I can, I guess, Abhilasha, you can answer them.
Yeah. Yeah, I have answered the question in the chat box. It was about the certification. So yeah, the certification is also provided in some courses as well. All right. Yeah, I will be sending. All right, I will be sending you the website, and I will be just give me a minute. I will be dropping the link of the website in the meantime.
Okay, to all the attendees, if you need any help after this, I would like you to connect with me on LinkedIn. Drop your any comments you have on LinkedIn. Share your thoughts with me. I'm open to discuss. You can always connect with me on my phone. You have my phone number with me. You can always drop a mail to me. So you can connect. You can have, you if you want to have some kind of discussion, you can always have. Happy to help the community. Okay.
Yes, so I also have just dropped the link in the chat box right now. So you can refer to all the online courses which are for free also. And then there are some courses which are paid also, but there are a lot of courses which are free also, but they also provide certification. You can check out on these link all these courses and they belong from every type of different domain. And okay, so someone is asking, I am a dentist pursuing PG diploma data science. Is it worth it?
I might say it doesn't depends on what background you're coming from. If you are getting good amount of knowledge in the data science area, and if you are working diligently on that area, trying to understand machine learning and data science, deep learning models, trying to think with business perspective, think about how these model can help us in business perspective, you can always lead yourself in the data science field. It's all about the thinking of how you can create a value for business in terms with your data science knowledge. That is what industry wants from a data scientist. Okay, so you can always lead. Uh, there's no blockage in there. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Ashish, for taking out your time to brief the session. And I hope all the doubts and the queries are solved in this webinar. If not, then you can also reach out to me personally. And do for that in the registration form, you guys can reach out to me personally. And as Ashish said, for all your doubts and queries, you can also reach out to him as well. And keep like watching these webinars, and you can be a part of several next webinars from Shiksha Online as well. So you can check out these courses that are available on Shiksha Online, and you can get to know more about them. Thank you so much, Ashish.
Thank you.
And
Have a good day.
it
Bye.
was great having you. Thank you, everyone.